How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to go over my investing portfolio. Now, I'm pretty excited about doing this because I haven't done it in a while. I know a lot of people have been asking me about it recently, especially because I've been buying more stocks. I've also sold a couple stocks here and there, so this is going to be my entire portfolio. Anyone that's looking for it can find it right here. All my investments are going to be included. Now, it might be a little bit messy. I have a couple different stocks that are in multiple portfolios, mostly because I had cash in one portfolio and maybe something happened after the market closed or before the market opened, and then I had to use one portfolio or another. I used these at all different times, so there's a different reason for using each of these at different times. So it might seem a little bit messy, but we're just going to go through it. I think it should help you guys figure out, what I have where and how I weight my portfolio. Because I know I talk about a lot of growth stocks. I talk about a lot of penny stocks, but penny stocks are not much of my portfolio. And I've been pretty clear about that as I've done penny stock videos that, I put maybe 1% or less into some of these penny stocks. So I'm going to show you everything. If you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Please hit subscribe too. There's a link down there to Patreon if you want to know exactly when I buy and sell stocks. Also a link down there if you want some free stock with WeBull. You can definitely check that out. And let's get into it. So first of all, my first investment, I actually have about $1,300 in sports cards. So basketball cards. I have a friend who helps me with this. So that is the first investment. We won't go into it too much. I have about $1,300 though. My overall portfolio is going to be about $122,000. Now, I have cash sitting in some of these accounts, but I also have cash sitting in my bank account. I won't go over the cash sitting in my bank account because some of that's earmarked for different things, but we have BlockFi as the first thing on this list. So I've been buying cryptocurrencies for the last 2 months or so, Ethereum, and then also Bitcoin, and then I have GUSD, which is a stablecoin. Stablecoin pays me about 8.6% in here. Ethereum, they pay an interest rate on all these. Ethereum pays me about 5.25% interest, and then Bitcoin pays me 6% interest. So in case you guys want, there is a link down below to BlockFi. I use it. I like it. I've seen other YouTubers, they're in the finance space that have over $500,000 in it. So there are a lot of people that have a lot of money on BlockFi. They work with Gemini and keep 95% of their assets on cold storage. And again, like I said, they do pay a nice interest rate. So with Tesla coming out and saying that they were going to, or that they did put $1.5 billion in Bitcoin from their balance sheet, I went and bought a lot more when I was around 44,000 or so. And I bought 10,000 more, or I think it was 5,000 more Bitcoin and 5,000 more Ethereum. I really like this over the long term. It does pay a nice interest rate, like I said too. So it can pay you in whatever cryptocurrency you want. So I like that too. So I have about $29,000 in this. Now the GUSD I can take out at any time. I mean, the other ones I could too, but I see Ethereum and Bitcoin being more of a long-term hold. GUSD is there in case there's a dip or I want to invest more. But I really like this for the long term. I think it's a nice alternative asset. Now, I'm a little bit heavy. I think 20% is a little bit heavy, but the fact that they pay me an interest rate, it makes it pretty attractive. So there's that asset. Number one, $29,000 or so in BlockFi. Next, we have my M1 Finance portfolios. Now, I have a dividend and income growth portfolio. I've been doing videos on this. I haven't actually done the videos the last week or two, but we put $100 in every single week and buy a couple different dividend stocks. These are all, like I said, dividend payers. You can see we actually have a pretty good return. So IIPR up 120% for us. We have Foot Locker 76% up, Disney, and everything is up except for Packer, which is down just 0.25%. But overall, we've actually made some nice gains in this. So if I just go over to I'll go to the holdings so you can see a little bit better. We have about a 23% gain. Again, these are just dividend payers. And since we're adding all the time, this is actually a really good rate of return because, like I said, we had a lot of stocks that moved up a lot early on when we had just had a couple $100 in them. So that's something to keep in consideration there. Now, we also have another portfolio, which is my Roth IRA. I've held this and I really started buying a significant amount last March. So I started putting in $500, $1,000 here and there. I should have actually gone a little bit heavier. Hindsight's always 20/20. But you can see here, we actually have a good mix of different companies. We have about 12 companies on here, I want to say, maybe something like that. holdings, you can see here, yeah, we actually have 14 positions. One's just the S&P 500. I transferred this from another account at a different broker, but you can see here Tesla, we're up a lot in 282%. And I'll just go by unrealized gain. Then we have IIPR up 200%, Foot Locker up 132, Qualcomm up 104, and you can see down the line we have every single stock is up right now. So pretty good gains in this portfolio, 64%. This was one that we added to along the way too. We also have VOO, which is an index fund, which actually brought our average down a little bit, which is always nice to see when you're actually brought down by the fact that you have an index fund. Then we have WeBull. So WeBull is where we have a bunch of really, really nice gains in here. So BNGO, we're up 852%. I'm just going by unrealized profit and loss percentage. We also have CCIV. I'm holding this one. I bought it really early on. You can see here under $13. Also Virgin Galactic, bought it around 22 or 23. And actually, I transferred this in from Robinhood. So some of these are actually thrown off. We actually had better cost basis on some of these. Like I think I got SPCE under 20, but then when I transferred it over from Robinhood, and this was a while ago, it moved up my cost basis. So we're actually up more than 148%, but that's fine. SBE, same thing. We're up 105% in this portfolio. AREC, we have a 68% gain. Teladoc, we have 63, and you can see down the line we have a lot of nice gains here. Now, Fuse we're keeping. It's pretty much just like a store of cash for me. I got in at about $11. They haven't really done much since we got in. And then also there's one more stock. For some reason, it won't let me see it, but it's AMC. We just bought one share of this. Actually, we bought two, sold one off, but we bought one share to be part of the movement that happened a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just holding on to this one, but it's really just because of everything that happened. We also have CVLB, which we bought. I don't remember if it was just last week or this week, but we have a nice profit of 20% on this one, and it's a pretty large portion of the portfolio actually. So it is what we put the most money into up front here. Now, this portfolio has about $20,000 in it, just a little bit more. And then we have Fidelity, which I've had several different retirement funds. I've had several different accounts in here. So Comerica, I have 1 cent in there. I tried to sell it all off, but it kept 1 cent for some reason. We have PLN HF. We're up 113% overall. I was buying in at under $2, but then I bought in all the way up to $4.20 or something like that. So we're up a good amount in there. SBE, we're up 41% there. TSNP, we're up 333%. Now, moving on to the next portfolio here, I have my solo 401k, which I just opened up in late December last year. So it's been open for less than 2 months. Overall, we have a nice gain of 20% in 2 months. Not bad at all. And we added some more money along the way. So not bad. It's not like we started with a ton of money in this account. We were actually adding along the way and gained some. So Corporate Universe, this is a company that I bought just the other day. Interesting thing happening with that stock. So I won't go into it, but you might see a video in the future. They got suspended the day after I bought it. So, that's not something that you like to see, but we'll talk more about that if they get back on. So we'll go by total gain and loss. You can see Sens were up 140%. DMTK were up 66%, which is awesome because this I actually have a lot of money in compared to the portfolio size. It's over 10% of the portfolio. HIMS were up 29%. TTOO up 30%. Corporate Universe up 25%. Whole up 23%. ARK-K 22%. And you can go down the line. We're up in most of them, but we are down a little bit in ABML, Time, BTAQ, VGAC, which we already had VGAC in the last portfolio. We got in under 11, but then I added a little bit more in this portfolio. And then ACIC, we're down just a little bit overall. Just bought this one yesterday. And then Tattooed Chef just down a tiny amount. So overall, we're up over 20% in 2 months. Not bad at all. I'm not using options or anything like that in this portfolio or any of my portfolios. I'm not using warrants right now. Hopefully we'll be able to do that in the future. Then I just have a couple index funds here, nothing crazy. And then this last account, I just have a total market index fund also. So Hopefully you guys like this. If you want to see exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time, you can check out the link down below to Patreon. I tell them they're exactly what I'm doing right when I do it. So if you want to check out that link, you can. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. I realize I have a lot of different portfolios with a lot of different holdings, but like I said, I do this full time, so it's not really that hard to manage or anything like that. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for checking out WeBull. Thank you for checking out BlockFi if you're interested in that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.